Hello and welcome back to my channel. As I say in all of my videos, it's been a while, it's been a hot minute, but this video is intentionally planned to arrive now. I mean, in an idealistic world, it would have arrived earlier with the exact same information, but there's a reason I'm putting it out now, and it's that I wanted to give my documentary time to settle, time for me to move past it. The next video I wanted to put out after it needed to be intentional, needed to be about one, how I cleared my acne, but two, I needed to be sure that it wasn't just a temporary thing, it wasn't something that I was gonna talk about and then next thing you know, acne hits me like a ton of bricks again and I'm back to the beginning. So before I get into today's video, I feel like we started on a very serious note, so I need to liven things up again. But today, well, this clip, I'm in my bed. I thought I'm gonna have a casual chat with you guys for the first part of the video. I'm gonna talk about how I cleared up my acne and just where I am now. And then I'm gonna show you guys my skincare routine, my morning and my night routine. Then I'm gonna answer some questions, just talk about general topics, whether it be on confidence, acne in general, or anything. I haven't looked at any questions yet, so we've got that to come. And as you'll see throughout this video, it's not all going to be filmed on the same day. I want to keep things interesting, I want to keep them fresh, I want to keep them new. So these 4 parts are going to be time stamped down below, so if you want to skip to any, you can. If you want to refer back to this video at another point, and you can also do that. But today, I'm gonna catch my breath, but we're gonna talk about how I cleared up my acne, because that is the biggest one. So cutting straight to the chase, the main way I healed my acne was with Sudocreme or Sudocreme. It just looks like this. It's an antiseptic healing cream and it's a very thick white substance. I've been using this product ever since I was a child, mostly for sunburns, or if I cut myself we just put a bit of Sudocreme on. It's one of those products that in a lot of households you just have it. It's got a lot of uses, but one thing I had never tried it for was acne, and I know it actually is quite popular but I hadn't heard of it. It was my sister. She started using it for her forehead. She was getting bad skin on her forehead and she never had before, and she was just like, Cerys, try it out. And at that point I was so done with trying things out. The amount of things I'd bought online that turned out to be gimmicks just didn't work. All the expensive skincare I'd bought, I had just given up at that point. I just filmed my video and I was just like, do you know what, I'm just gonna live with acne. It's who I am, it's not gonna change. I'm not going to go on any medication at this point in time, so I'm going to live with it. So anyway, my sister told me this and I was like, oh really? And I looked it up online because I didn't have any, I didn't live at home, and then I was like, oh, you know what, $2.99, what have I got to lose? Literally, it's so cheap. So I went out, I bought myself some of this from like Superdrug or Boots and literally started applying it, and within a week, less than a week, within like 2 days there was a difference. Like my skin was starting to flatten down, a lot of my spots were going, but I would just get a big loop on like 3 fingers and just apply it where I needed it. So I would often have massive patches on my face of thick Sudocreme, and I'd sleep in it, and then in the morning my skin would be a lot flatter, or some spots would go completely, and it would usually take 1 to 3 days to get rid of a spot, and within a week there would be no trace that the spot was even there. So that's what I used to massively calm down my acne, and I'm not quite sure how it works. I tried looking up online and I really can't find much details. My skin definitely was not dirty, I cannot stress that enough. And when I've told people about using this, they're like, oh, so you think it was a bacteria problem? And that's what I can't stress enough. I was so clean with my skin and I can pinpoint it down to hormones, yet this seemed to override it, and there must be something in the properties of it which my skin just reacted to, and like I said, it got rid of my acne, and you know, it wasn't a fast process. At the end of my acne documentary, I show the different months, and you know, you can clearly see how much it changes. It is worth mentioning though, at the same time, I was still struggling hormonally with my period and everything. So when I would clear it up with this, you know, it might take 14 days, no, maybe like 3 weeks to actually see a big difference, a significant difference, and then I'd get my period and I'd be right back at step one again because my skin would just break out insane. So, you know, it took up to about June, middle of June I'd say, to really have what I would class as clear skin, and what I have now I would class as clear skin. I do have acne under my jawline, and it's still pretty severe under there. I still have a bit of a problem area on my chin, but it's not cystic, and it's just such a huge improvement. So along with this, I would actually use a gentle cleanser morning and night, and I'd have to use it in the morning because there would be pseudocreme residue left on my face, so I'd have to get it off because I wasn't going to go out with it on. So I just wash my face with warm water, use a cleanser, and I do that in the morning and the night, just taking a very basic cleanser, and I'll talk about these later on in the video because I don't want to spend too much time talking about them now. But the key is a gentle cleanser, and then in the evening, just before applying the pseudocreme, or I'd usually apply the pseudocreme just before going to bed, but after I'd taken my makeup off, after I'd used the cleanser at night, I'd always go in with a moisturiser. Now again, these are just very basic ones from the Body Shop. You don't need these ones, but I knew I have sensitive skin and these weren't going to break me out, so I did spend a little bit more money, more money than I would like as a student, just buying some basic creams. As far as drying your skin goes with this, I know some people are worried of that. It definitely didn't dry my skin out, and you know, I've used my fair share of salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, heavily drying ingredients. This didn't dry my actual skin out. I would say if I used it thick and consistently in the same patch of skin for, I don't know, 5 days straight, that almost like the spots would almost go a little bit flaky. But even saying, I'm a bit apprehensive to even say that because it was nothing bad at all. It's really a gentle product. So on to present day, do I still use pseudocreme now? And the answer to that is yes. I've got a spot up here, so I'll most likely use a little bit on there tonight. I've had like a rough area of skin down here. It's just like those small little spots, just a bit of congestion, so I will use a little bit of that on there, and I'm finding it's going down, but it's not going as down as quickly as when I had this very basic routine. So that's something I wanted to touch on with the pseudocreme, because I am going to be showing you my full skincare routine, and I don't want you to think, oh, if I have the same routine as Cerys and the pseudocreme, then my skin is just going to be perfectly clear, because what I'm doing now almost like contradicts the pseudocreme. So basically, I feel like when I had these products, I had a very basic skincare routine. I was just about maintaining my skin. I wasn't giving it any extra moisture or nutrients. Everything was just very basic. I just wanted to keep myself clean, and obviously, like anything that I was stripping away with these, I wanted to replenish with these. Now my skincare routine is a little bit more complex. I do use active ingredients, and I want to stress, these ingredients is not what I use to clear up my skin. I started using these things in, oh, I don't know, I want to say like May, June, and combined with pseudocreme, the pseudocreme does not work anywhere near to its maximum potential. I hope that all makes sense. I feel like if I'm sharing some information, then I should just share it all, the good, the bad, and I don't want anyone to have any false expectations. If I can provide a bit of education, support and entertainment, then my job is fulfilled and I'm fulfilled. So yeah, this is me closing off this part of the video, and let's get on to the skincare routine. So this morning I thought I'd show you my skincare routine. It's very basic in my opinion, but first of all we start off in the bathroom. hence where I am, and I just take a cleanser, and I'll either take the Body Shop Vitamin E cleanser, just looks like this in a pink bottle, or I'll take the aloe one. Again, is literally the exact same thing. They're both very gentle. I feel like I've said this before, but I don't know the correct way of using this. I don't think there is a correct way, whether you damp your face before, make it wet, have it dry. I think just do whatever feels best. For me, I like to have a damp face, so I just wet my skin with some warm water. I usually just take around this much. Sometimes less, sometimes more. And then gently put it everywhere. I've recently been breaking out really badly under here, along my jawline. I'll show you. It just feels like there's a lot of lumps, but I know they're all like spots without a head. But it's not a nice feeling. And I'm grateful it's not on my face. I've just remembered one thing whilst brushing my teeth, which I meant to say but I completely forgot, is that before touching your face, washing your face, just use some soap, wash your hands first, just because there's bacteria everywhere. Ooh. Even if you go from your bed to the bathroom, you might see a dog, you might stroke your dog, or you know, I mean, there's plenty of bacteria in your bed. You sleep there how many nights a week? You know, it's always good to keep your hands clean before touching your face. So welcome to my bedroom. That sounds so weird. Okay, so welcome to my bedroom. I've said that about 3 times now, and I can't say it without sounding weird. It just sounds weird. But it's not weird, because I'm showing you guys my skincare. And this lighting is perfect to actually show you guys what my skin currently looks like. So I'll do that now. We've come so far, and I say we because when I first put that documentary up, I felt so alone in this whole skin journey. I hadn't discovered the whole acne community on Instagram, and like even just thinking about it, like I had amazing people around me at that time, but no one had acne, no one knew what it felt like. And after I put that video up, there was just floods of people who could relate to me and who actually had the same struggles. And I mean, I put that video up to help other people, but it helped me so much. And even this morning, I got another comment on my video, just such like heartfelt comment saying that my acne is not as bad as yours, but this still helped me. And like, I can't even put it into words. I'm here supposed to be showing you my skincare routine and I'm crying, but no, I've completely lost track of what I was talking about. I can't remember how I got onto this topic now. I remember talking about skin. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been on this journey with me, who has left a comment, who has liked a photo, shown any type of support. It just means the world to me. So yeah, when I say we, I mean we, and that's why I wanted to film this video. Anyone who's asked me for product recommendations, I've given them, but I wanted to film a proper video going in depth so you can see what worked for me, and hopefully it will work for you too. So you know everything about Sudocrem by now, but onto the morning routine. There's no Sudocrem involved in this. So the first thing I do is I have 2 hand sanitizers, and I'm going to use one because I've just carried all my camera equipment from the bathroom into here, and I set up a light as well. So I've touched a lot of things. Nothing is necessarily dirty or dusty or anything, but it's always best to be safe when sorry. I feel that way, especially when it's coming to my skin. I'm not naturally a big germaphobe, but if I'm touching my skin, I do want to be as clean as possible. So I've just got some cheap hand sanitizers here, and I'm going to use the orange one because it smells the best. So then, after I've done this, the very first step is something that I don't do every morning, but I do it most mornings because this does make my skin a little bit shiny. makes it quite a bit shiny, but I'm going to do it for the sake of this video. So I've just got this little spray bottle here, and inside I've got rose water and glycerin solution from Boots. I'll leave a link to it down below, as with all of these products, so they're at easy reach. And I think you're supposed to use it as a toner, but I'd heard rose water was good for spraying on your face. Yep, so I sprayed a bit much then. Usually I just do 2 or 3 pumps, but it must be all these lights getting to my head. It wasn't going on me. So I just fan that around a bit. And then I go in with hyaluronic acid, 2% plus B5 from The Ordinary. Just this little bottle here, and then I squeeze it to get some product out, and then it just gets it in this little dropper. And then with this, I usually put on 3 dots on my face, sometimes 4, but usually just 3. That's usually all I need. And I do try to rub everything down my neck as well. But at the moment I'm being careful not to use too much product on there, just because I do have acne right under my jaw, so I don't want any build-up. So hyaluronic acid is an active ingredient, meaning that it works whilst it's on your skin. It gives your skin an instruction and your skin should react to it. Your skin does naturally produce this, however, as you get older, your skin loses it, and what this does is it traps in moisture, the moisture that you already have. Say if you loosen it throughout the day, it's that barrier that just keeps it all in. So it doesn't provide moisturizer, it's not an alternative to a moisturizer, but it does lock it in. So this is the first product I use. It's an extremely gentle product and I've had no reaction to it whatsoever. Neither has my mum, and I've actually recommended this to a few friends as well, and they all seem to be enjoying it. And then I also go in with another active ingredient, and I try not to use too many of these, but I feel like hyaluronic acid is a very easy staple one and it combines well with others. So this next one is niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1%. Again, this is something which I've also recommended to my friends and they really like it. They've had some really good experiences. So this mostly focuses on improving skin texture. When I first read that, I thought that it would be good for the texture of acne scars, but I mean, trying to get rid of acne scars is a very ongoing process, so I can't say I've really seen any results yet. But this is supposed to be really good for anyone who struggles with little spots. I had one very good friend use this and her forehead has completely cleared up. She couldn't believe it because this product is like £5. I sound like I'm doing a campaign for them. I'm not. But so I literally, again, just do the 3 dots. So that's how much I put on for reference. And this is also good for anyone with oily skin as well. It's supposed to control shine. I'm pretty shiny right now, but a lot of that is down to the rose water. And then the next product I have 2 versions of. So I'll either go in with a normal moisturizer and then I'll follow up that with some sun cream, and this is Factor 50 sun cream. The moisturizer is the Body Shop Aloe Soothing Day Cream, formulated for sensitive skin. And then the other one is La Roche-Posay, and I'm just going to show you this. I just bought this as a Factor 50 sun cream. I just wanted one that was going to be lightweight on my skin and not give me any spots. And then I'll either use this combination or I'll go in with this from Elizabeth Arden, and again this is a moisturizer but it's got a built-in sun cream of SPF 50 again, and this is an 8-hour cream. I wouldn't usually buy Elizabeth Arden because it is quite pricey, but I found this on Groupon actually, and it came with the matching nighttime one as well. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. There's really no reasoning behind what day I use what products. I just have them both at hand. But today I'm just going to go for this because it's what's in my hand. One thing I can't stress enough is the importance of using sun cream when you're using active ingredients. And active ingredients are anything that I have just shown you here that comes out of a bottle, serums. Active ingredients are also found in regular skincare as well, so not even these specialist type of products. A lot of skincare, like cleansers, have added things in them, so it's always good to, you know, have a little bit of knowledge on ingredients. But salicylic acid as well, that is in a lot of things. Whenever you're using a product with active ingredients on, please use sun cream because your skin is extra sensitive to the sun, and you know, you don't want to damage it, you don't want any acne scars getting darker, you don't want wrinkles, and I don't know, some of these things sound really like superficial, like, oh, you don't want wrinkles, you don't want some dark spots, you don't want unevenness, but you also don't want skin cancer either. Bottom line, you don't want to go out and expose your skin when your skin has been made even more sensitive with products. So just throwing that out there, please, please buy sun cream. And both of these I really like a lot. This last La Roche-Posay one here, this one is for the face. I know a lot of face sun creams can give you that oily look, which is kind of what I've got going on now. It's accentuated because I've got a light on, but at the end of the day, you can just put a little bit of powder on top. You know, it's not that deep. I don't want to come across lectury in the slightest, but at the same time, I'm very passionate and I don't want anyone risking themselves or their health when it can just be so easily prevented. And whilst we're on the topic of sun cream, the last thing I just need to mention, because it's a very common misconception and I only found this out within the last year, is that you can still harm your skin whilst being indoors. As long as you've got a window or anywhere where natural light is coming in, your skin is at risk. UVB rays are the ones that you're probably most familiar with. They're the ones that will cause sunburn and they can't get through glass. However, it's a huge misconception about UVA rays. Those ones can penetrate right through glass, right into your skin's deeper layers. I'm pretty sure it's called the dermis, and that can harm your skin. Just remember that, like, you know, if you live somewhere with a bright window, and you're putting these things on your face. But on a more brighter note, I want to show you guys my skin. So I'm going to come up close to the camera now and you can see what it looks like and hopefully get an idea of texture and all of that. So I'll start off with my forehead. My forehead is still like more of my problem area. It's definitely not that bad and it looks worse than it actually is. A lot of these are really flat and they'll just go away with time. But yeah, I've got some texture around here. And then I don't really have too many problem areas. Like my cheeks used to be so bad and you would have seen that on photos and in the last video. But around here is my only like problem area, and this mostly breaks out when I get periods. And then just underneath here is still quite a bit of a problem area for me. I really don't know why. Before last year I'd never had acne there. I'm very conscious to make sure every little bit of product which touches my jawline is spread out evenly so it's not caused by build-up. I don't know, I think it's just hormonal. So to remove makeup, I just want to talk about this quickly. So the first option is wipes, and I've been using wipes for years, always gone for the simple ones. But recently I tried to cut them out of my routine completely. They're so bad for the environment. I just think every single wipe you use is just waste. Like, you can't, they're not biodegradable or anything. Or I opt for this, and I only have these because they were samples that my mum got and she always just gives me things like this as little stocking fillers. So I've got an Estee Lauder perfectly clean foam cleanser, and I do like to keep all my things cruelty free, but you know, if they're in the house then the demand is already made, so may as well use them up. And then this one's just a gentle eye remover. I thought I said that wrong. No, it's, oh no, gentle eye makeup remover. Yeah, I just read that and I was like, wow. So to cut that short, either wipes or products like this, and I'm trying to look into more oils, see what reacts well with my skin, and once I find a staple one, I'll let you know and I'll post about it on Instagram. So quick interruption, this is being filmed quite a while after the footage you've just seen, but I've got an update in my skincare routine and I felt like this was a really important thing to include. So obviously I was talking about I haven't found the right method to remove my makeup, and it was something that I really struggled with for such a while, but I've recently come into contact with this product. We're not going to go too much into the branding and whatnot, but basically this is a microfiber cloth intended for makeup removal on your face. You can get these from Amazon, from eBay. They sell these in so many different places. Some of them are branded like this one here, but other ones are simply the exact same towel. So this is what I use to take off my makeup, just this little fluffy towel here, and what you do is you use this with warm water, rub it on your face, and it just comes off on the towel. I've just got this one fresh out the packet, so it looks like I've not even tried it, but I do have two of them over here, manky, grubby things just covered in mascara and foundation. I usually am fine with just two of these because I only wear makeup once, twice a week, and I usually do my washing once a week, and that's when I wash these. I just throw it in with my clothes. But on this particular occasion, I have worn makeup more often than I usually do, so I have a nice brand new one to work with you guys and show you today. But it's not promo, I just want to show you guys how good a product like this can be, because you're not using any chemicals on your face isn't going to get irritated, and obviously this is such a good alternative for the environment and also budget friendly on the pocket as well. So I've got the tiniest impractical sink ever. Do that. Get the excess off and put it on my face. And then once it starts to feel a little bit dry, like it is now, I simply just go in, put it in the water that is usually just the water that's left in the sink, rinse it off, drain it, and just saturate it again. It's got a bit of water on there, but not too much so it's going to drip everywhere. And then just go in again. I'm really not being heavy-handed at all. I'm kind of doing like circular massaging motions, and I'm pretty sure that's good to stimulate my skin, but I'm trying to be wary not to drag it. If you do wear makeup more than me, like quite often, you can also just use one side one day and then use the other side the next. This does also get mascara off, waterproof mascara, so I also really like it for that. And then when I'm satisfied with that and I feel like all my makeup is completely off, I simply just go in with some cleanser. I put that on my hand really awkwardly then and just, you know, rub it in. My face is already damp, and then I just rinse that off with some warm water. But I'm not wearing makeup tonight, so we can disregard everything I just said about all these products because we're not using those at the moment. What I do use is just one of these, like I spoke about earlier. If I have makeup on, I will tend to wash my face twice as well, just to make sure I get everything completely off. Tonight, I've had no makeup on, so I'm just gonna take my cleanser, and actually, I've just realised, at night time, I usually put it on a dry face. That's something that I've never actually realised until I just went to do it instinctively now. I think it's because in the morning I like to wet my face, I like to wake myself up. But anyways, just rub that all in. And at night, one of the other things I like to do is I just put the tap to cold and I just splash my face with cold water. And then we're into the bedroom once again. First product I take is the hyaluronic acid, and sometimes I go for the rose water and glycerin. Tonight, no, not really feeling it. So again, just squeeze the lid and I do my 3 drops. I'm actually, I'm really running out of this. I've got more skincare products actually, so I'll show you in a moment. Thankfully, I have a backup of this. Usually don't use this much at all. I think it's because it's running out and it's kind of foamy. That's why it's really not going a long way at all. I've got a new one out here, so I'll replace that for the morning. And then the next product I'm going to take is the one that I just dropped on the floor. Now this is retinol, 0.2% in squalane. I first heard of this product a few years ago when it was really just all over TV, and it was this massive anti-aging product, and it was in every cream you could think of, and it was really targeted at older people. So I always thought, oh, that's not for me, I'm young, I don't need to be worrying about fine lines and wrinkles, and I really just dismissed it. It was only recently when I was looking into skincare and ingredients more more specifically active ingredients and thinking, what benefits do I actually want from my skincare? And then I discovered vitamin A, which is retinol, retinoid, the whole group of that. I'm still not fully specific on the ins and outs, but retinol does fall into vitamin A. And this product not only helps reduce fine lines and prevents them, but it also stimulates collagen. And I was saying earlier that my face felt very flat, so I was drawn into that, and then the more I looked into it, I was like, oh, it can help with acne. So with retinol, you do have to start at an extremely low percentage, and when I say a low percentage, I'm not talking about 2%, I'm not talking about 0.5, I'm talking about 0.2. Just with retinol, I want to stress, do start extremely low because you can get rashes, red marks. It's not a product that you kind of just want to risk, really. So again, it's the same with the whole dropper situation, and this is runny and a little bit goes a long way. It literally is so runny. So I've just put 3 again on my face and then just kind of massage it in. This though, so this makes you really oily, really shiny, at least it does to me. I definitely could not go out in the house. I know some people use this in the morning. I could not go out with this on. It's insane. And then the very last item I use at night is just my vitamin E moisturizer. I do have the Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream that matches the one I used earlier, but I don't usually gravitate towards that. I feel like that'll be more of a winter moisturizer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this one and just put it on. This is like a medium to lightweight moisturizer. So I actually go to bed looking really oily. I'm not actually going to bed yet. I'm just gonna go sit in the lounge with my mum for now. But just before I go to bed, I will show you how I apply the Sudocreme. And then just as another close-up, my skin looks like this. I feel like you can see my acne a lot better in this light, especially underneath my jaw. So it's like 11:30 now. I'm going to sleep as soon as I film this clip, but I just want to show you how I apply my Sudocreme. So I'll usually just literally go in and take about this much first of all. So kind of like a thick amount, and then I have a bit of a problem area going on here. So I'll literally just, and I'll just do a little bit wherever I've got like the odd spot. This is quite a lot. This is quite a heavy Sudocreme night tonight. And then what I'll do is just, this is such an unflattering angle. Yeah, so I just apply it very thick like that, and then whatever residue is left, I'll usually just like wipe it on my face. Usually I'd like wipe it on my chest as well. So the thin parts like this really don't do much at all. It's more like the thick parts that I find works, and obviously when you sleep, when you lie on a pillow, this does transfer. I try and like lie on the edge of the pillow if I've got it like on my cheek area, and it's kind of awkward, but I do that if I really don't want to get it on the pillow. It's not nice, you do stick to it a bit, but it's a small sacrifice to pay for the results, in my opinion. My skin doesn't absorb all of this Sudocreme. Some of it will still be on my skin as residue when I wake up in the morning, and some of it will be on my pillow, but I'll give you an update then and we can talk about it. Oh my god. I've just woken up. So this is what my skin looks like after I've slept in Sudocreme, hence why I need to use cleanser so badly. Also, without even using Sudocreme, I'd use cleanser anyway because I find like the retinol really makes me severely shiny. Like when I wake up in the morning, my skin is still glowing. Some of that is probably sweat as well because it was a hot night last night, but still, that's why I need to cleanse my face. If you happen to be wondering, this is what my pillow looks like. This was what I slept on last night, but then the night before I did this to it. So every other night I change pillowcases, and every night I just turn one from the other. I have 4 of these black pillows on at a time, so I can usually just alternate without having to do like washing constantly, and I do have backup pillowcases as well. Don't feel like if you do this then you have to do your washing constantly, because you don't. And I'm just looking down because it's all over my top as well. It's not a very glamorous process, but I just wanted to show you the real process. I've just realised, not last night but the night before, when I filmed the morning version of this, I didn't have Sudocreme on. I skipped that night. So I've not shown you guys how I actually remove it, because when I do go in straight with a cleanser, sometimes you feel like you're just moving the Sudocreme around. So what I like to do is just take like one piece of tissue, toilet roll, and I literally just go in and like wipe my skin. Just getting all like the residue off. So welcome to the final part of this video. I have answered every single question I can think of so far in this video, but I don't always think of everything, so I am going to be answering some of the questions that some of you guys have asked me on Instagram. Also, this part of the video is being filmed a whole month after what you have just seen, so if my skin looks any different, that is why. There's no reason in particular, life gets in the way and I didn't want to rush this video, but I thought it was worth mentioning so you could see what my skin looks like doing the exact same routine for, yeah, over a month. I've had nothing but positive results, and you know, I just posted a picture of my skin on Instagram the other day, and I think people were actually shocked at how clear it was, which was, I don't know, it's really nice to see just coming in a full circle and really getting to document this whole thing online with everyone. But I could talk for ages about all of that. If you do want to see any acne related posts from me, I post a lot on Instagram. I'm trying to do them blog style, so they do take me quite a while to write, but I do try to make them really worthwhile reads, and I've got a little highlight reel on my Instagram, so you can simply just click on it and then it'll take you directly to the post where the long captions are. But aside from that, let's get into the questions. How do you avoid getting caught up in all those ads about £6 miracle cures for acne? In this day and age with social media how it is, I think it is so easy just to get drawn into every single thing that gives you a little bit of hope, especially when you see people's before and after pictures. I think this is such a hard question. What I found helped me the most is to research into ingredients and try and figure out acne that way. Once you start to understand ingredients, you can understand what can be paired together, what will work for you personally, instead of just going out and getting this miracle acne product and you don't know what's in it. It's a combination of things, and you know, one thing could work for you and something could actually cause breakouts. So I do think it's trying to get down to the bottom of things, figuring out what ingredients do work for you, what doesn't. Definitely do not believe all the before and after pictures you see. A lot of them have just been completely made up and stolen. If I'm going to buy a new acne product, I'll always look it up on Google and just see the reviews, and definitely, I know it's horrible when you really see a product online and you have faith in it, you think, oh, this is going to work for me, and you're reading all these positive reviews, you're getting excited about it, but do acknowledge the negative reviews as well, because it's so easy to follow the crowd and think, oh, this works for me, when sometimes it doesn't. And the people who do give the negative reviews are usually, they're only doing it to help other people, you know, they're completely honest. And I think it's important to see the full side of every single product, because I have used some products which I cannot use again. They don't work for me at all, completely dry my skin out, whereas other people swear by these products, and they genuinely do as well. So yeah, remember that everyone's skin is different, and do research, a lot of it, and it takes time and it's not nice, but it works. What helped you the most when it comes to hyperpigmentation? So hyperpigmentation in my case is just caused by acne scars, just when the acne scars leave and they still look like spots on your face, so dark patches almost. to be honest, I can't necessarily pinpoint this on one thing. I think there's a lot of factors. I think my skincare routine has been great for that. It's a lot of renewing ingredients, so it does help cell renewal and speed up all the process without like ripping my skin apart. As for exfoliating, I do use a peeling gel. I use that once a week, I want to say, sometimes two, sometimes not at all, but average is about once a week. And whenever I use that, I always feel like my skin looks brightened after, so I definitely recommend that. I use a lemon peeling gel, and it's by Secret Key. You can get it on eBay, Amazon. I think it's important to figure out what the cause of your hyperpigmentation is as well, so that you can prevent it from happening, because you don't want hyperpigmentation on hyperpigmentation, because it's just going to be such a lengthy process. And I find I only get it, well, I get it other times as well, but I mostly only get it when I have picked a spot, when the spot has bled. Obviously, it's so easy to say don't pick your spots, but I don't think many people do. A lot of it is subconsciously or by an accident, literally just like scratching your face. But I think the main thing to do is, if it does bleed, keep a very close eye on it, keep pressure on it till it stops bleeding, and then once that is over, try go in with some water, maybe on a tissue, and just for the next following days, keep a really close eye on it, because you don't want any blood to be there and harden over and skin to grow over the top of it. And I'm not on about scabbing, I'm literally just on about having like a little bit of like a red spot and your skin just starting the renewal process over that, and then next thing you know, there's this little bit of blood, this very extremely thin layer of blood that has just got trapped underneath, and you know, you can still see it. I just make sure to focus on that spot for the next few days, making sure that if there's any blood there, I can get it off, whether that be if I have to use a little exfoliator, or if I have to go in with my microfiber cloth, or bit like I said, tissue and water. Just I always make sure it's clean, so that any skin renewal that happens on top of it will do it on a really light spot, like a pink spot, because anything's better than like a dark red spot. And I've had many times when I've had like a dark red, purpley like bit of blood on there, and it's just scarred over, and it takes absolutely ages to go. So I think the key is preventing it, and then yeah, as far as getting it to go, I just use the skincare I do, and I eat a healthy diet, and I drink a lot of water. Help with clogged pores. I've got a nice, quick and simple answer to this. I don't know if many people do it or not, if it's self-explanatory, if it's not, but whenever I feel like my pores are clogged, what I do is I steam my face. I don't have a fancy steamer, I simply boil the kettle, grab a saucepan, grab a towel, put the water in the pan. I usually do this in the bathroom, just so like things don't go anywhere. And I do sit on the floor as well. I put the pan on the floor just because I don't want to like knock the handle and it go everywhere and burn me. It's something you've got to be careful with. But if you just put a saucepan on a steady surface, put a towel over your head and simply just be under with it, in this bubble have you, the steam and the towel, then it does work wonders, and you can be under there for 3 minutes, 10 minutes, see how intense it is for you, see what you can handle. But I think anything is better than nothing, and it really does work a charm. You can also add in essential oils if you like that as well. Water on its own usually works absolutely fine for me, and as well it helps with your respiratory system, so if you've got a cold, it's great for just getting 2 jobs done at once. Does having uneven skin texture take up your mental energy? That is a deep one. Yeah, and I don't know if you mean uneven skin texture when you've got acne, when there's bumps, or where it's like scarring like I've got now. But yeah, I mean, any type of acne skin condition takes up a lot of your mental energy, and you've got to push through it. It's so hard to say these things on camera because it's just so much easier said than done, but I think if you surround yourself with a good support system, whether that be a good friend who you can confide in, a family member, or the acne community on Instagram, if you're feeling alone, There are so many people who are on the acne community. I'll actually put some hashtags down below so you can look them up and you can find some people. There is just so much love, so much support, and there's so many people struggling when you feel like you're alone. I don't know if I've answered the question properly. Does having uneven skin texture take up your mental energy? Because I feel like, of course it does, no matter how much anyone tries to deny it. There's always going to be parts of acne which you can't ignore. The fact it hurts, the fact it doesn't look nice, but at the same time, it's on you. It's your skin, and you have the power to decide how much mental energy it's going to take. You can be the person who decides it's not going to force me to wear makeup, or it's not going to stop me from going out. It's not going to force me to feel a certain way. You put your energy into you, and imagine if it was like a real battle, like back in history, you know, what would you do in a battle? You would take control and you would win it. So do whatever you can and believe in yourself. I hope that didn't come across as too metaphorical, because it wasn't supposed to. But yeah, you can choose how much acne takes away from you. And you can choose what you take out of acne, what experiences, feelings. And then the last question, what do you think when you felt so insecure that you'd rather stay home from acne? I just tried to forget about it. That's what I did. I acted as if it wasn't there. At one point, many points, I felt as if I just gave up. I was like, there's nothing I can do, it's part of who I am, and I accepted that. And I feel like having an acceptance is part of having acne as well. It doesn't mean you're gonna have it forever, but it means, do you know what, this is me, it's part of me at this point in time, and it's not all of me, it's just part of me. And I think it's so important to remember that. Don't let this little part of you be the reason you don't go to work, you don't do things that you want to do, because I think in the long term that's what you'll regret. You'll regret not going to certain things, you'll regret the amount of power you let it have over your life. And again, it's so much easier said than done, but I just want to empower anybody listening to this to say that you have got it. Like, I believe in you, and I know how hard it can be, but the whole acne community is here, and I'm gonna put all the hashtags down below because I want everyone to find it and believe in each other just as much as you believe in yourself. Because when you look at all these acne pages and you see everyone else fighting, you know, you're not in it alone. When I felt so insecure, it was because I felt like acne was this mask on my face, a mask that I didn't choose to wear, and I felt that people would judge me just by looking at me. And I actually felt more judged when I was wearing makeup as well. I felt like I had two masks on my face. One mask covering who I was, which was the acne, but also the acne was a mask in itself because I didn't choose to have it there. I think you've got to come to terms with who you are deep down, love and appreciate yourself for who you are and what you are. And if you don't know that already, write it down in a list. It doesn't matter how many points you've got on there, there's points on there. And don't be modest, write down what you love about yourself, whether that be your sense of humor, your personality, the fact that you see positive in things, the fact that you can read people so well. Like, who cares? No matter what it is, you have got some amazing things about you, and people will appreciate you for who you are. So don't feel like you can't leave the house because you're ashamed of what you look like. It's just not worth it. And once you love and accept who you truly are, that is the ultimate, that is everything, and that is what helped me. That is one of the main things that came out of this whole acne experience. I realised that I didn't need to wear certain things, I didn't need to look a certain way, I didn't need to wear makeup, because I can appreciate myself for who I am. And it's so hard in this day and age, but you really have to. You have to love yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. If anyone's got a problem with that, then they don't love themselves. Once you love who you are and you find value within yourself, you've got the key to happiness. You know, I actually had some of my very happiest days. I felt the most confident when I looked my ugliest. It just shows that looks on everything. That's so fucking... should I swear? I don't know. That's so superficial to say, but I think it's so important.